Hi everyone. Today I want to warn anyone that watching that when you hire an immigration attorney, you should not focus solely on the attorney's fees, but instead, you should focus on the attorney's reputation and their actual experience. As you know by now, whenever I make a claim like this, I will always back it up with receipts. This was my schedule for this past Monday. My 11 a.m. and my 12 p.m. appointments were both paid consultations. With my paid consultations, I'm currently charging $500 for a 1-hour paid consultations to discuss case strategy. These cases have one thing in common, and that's the fact that they came to see me over a year ago, but went with a different, less expensive attorney. In both of these cases, I warned them that their cases were going to be difficult and that my fees were going to be based on the amount of work that was required to ensure that their cases would have the highest chance of getting approved. For the 11 a.m. case, I spoke with him on August 29, 2024. He requested a consultation because he filed a marriage-based green card petition with his wife, but it was denied based on lack of evidence. He wanted advice about refiling a new petition with his wife. I remember telling him that the government is already going to doubt his new filing, and they will expect a lot more proof of the marriage this time around. Instead of hiring our office, he hired a different law firm based on their lower fees. And now, his second petition was just denied. Unfortunately, after 2 back-to-back denials, his case is going to be a lot harder to fix. Not impossible, just more difficult. And as you might have guessed, our fees are going to be much higher this time around to fix his case. Now for the 12 p.m. case, I spoke with her on September 13, 2024. I warned her that a green card case based on the 245I Life Act were much more complicated, and our office normally writes a legal brief for each one of these cases. Instead of hiring our office, she went with a different law firm because of the lower fees, and now her case was just denied. Most likely the lower fee attorney charged less money, since likely she didn't bother writing a legal brief to explain how this client qualified for immigration benefits. Do you see the pattern here? When you go to an attorney like our office and we're honest with you, and we tell you that your case is much more difficult and that more work is required from you and our office to obtain a higher chance of approval, you need to listen. If you go with a different attorney that has less experience and the attorney agrees to take your case for a very low fee, you have to wonder what the other attorney is not doing in order to help you. So please, please, please don't focus solely on the attorney's fees, but instead ask the attorney what they plan to do to ensure that your case is going to get approved. If you don't do this, you may end up like one of these other clients that I spoke with on Monday. Remember this, it's much harder to get a second case approved versus a new case with no baggage.
At David Wynn's Law Office, we are here to help you. We bring families together through immigration. And on the other hand, we help you find solutions. All your legal needs in the hands of people who care, who are there for you. We'll take care of your loved ones at the law office of David Wynn.